About 40 to 50 hertz works really good for kicks and snares where you just want enough punch. Now we'll take our fourth EQ band, which is a high shelf. We'll put this at about 5.10 kilohertz. And now we're going to solo our group. And now let's play the patterns that we have going on within the group. And we'll increase the gain while that's happening and see if we get a good sound. Maybe about 1.12. We'll just type that in. Boosting up those high frequencies just enough so it doesn't become dull. Now we're going to add on a compressor. We'll set the ratio to about 2.51. And now let's play with the attack and see if we get a good sound. I think 4.99 milliseconds is good. And we'll leave the release at 50 milliseconds. And now we'll turn down the threshold. About minus 10.9 decibels. That actually sounds really great. And that's all for the drums group. That compressor adds a really nice punch to the sounds. We're not going to do anything to the vocals because we've already had them processed. Let's go to our sub bass. We'll turn it down to 0.9 decibels. And now we're going to get into the world of ducking, or sidechaining as you may know it. Basically taking a sound and having it mute whenever the kick or snare plays, and then when the kick or snare is finished, having the sound go back up in volume. Instead of doing traditional sidechain compression by taking a compressor and linking it to a certain drum sound, we're going to get a third-party plugin. I'm going to use LFO Tool, but you can also use Volume Shaper if you want to. We'll drag that onto the group. And I already have a preset that I made specifically for the sub bass. We'll be using this Dubstep preset in a minute as well. You can see for this preset, I set the MIDI to be note retrigger, and I set the rate to be 116. And the reason why I set the rate so high and I turned the envelope on note retrigger is because we're actually going to be controlling LFO Tool with MIDI. Now, if I didn't have the note retrigger on, then the sidechain would be at 116 and it'd be going crazy fast. But by putting it on envelope, that means it's going to play this pattern, and then when the pattern's done, instead of replaying, it'll keep playing the sound in consistent volume until another MIDI note hits, and it'll go back to this pattern, and it'll keep repeating in that form. Now to get the MIDI working, let's close LFO Tool. And now you should know why I have all of these blank MIDI channels lying around. Click on the I/O button, which is on this right corner. We'll go to our blank MIDI track, which is grouped with operator in the subgroup. We'll click on the output, and we'll change it to our group name, which in this case is sub. And there we go. Now the sub bass volume is being controlled with LFO Tool and MIDI. That works really well, but we can hear some clicking noises going on, and I don't really like those. So let's go back to our group, and after LFO Tool, we'll put on an EQ8, and we're going to get a high cut ×4, and let's cut out all of those high frequencies. The exact frequency doesn't really matter as long as you're not cutting out the whole sound. We just need to make sure that those high-end clicks aren't coming through. So I guess we'll just leave it at 160. Also remember that you have to put the EQ8 after the LFO Tool. If you put the LFO Tool after EQ8, then the clicking sounds will still occur because you're not filtering them out. And now we have the sub bass without the clicking sounds, and it's still being modulated with LFO Tool. Sounds really good.